welcome back to the Beyond the Evidence channel. Tonight we are going to cover one of the Ed and Lorraine Warren cases that is strangely dark and terrifying. If you're interested in scary, mysterious, and sometimes financial cases, congratulations, you have come to the right place. Subscribe our channel and like video and turn on all notifications so you don't miss the video. Among the countless stories of haunted houses and restless spirits, one case continues to stand above the rest-chilling account that took place in London during the late 1970s. This is the story of the Enfield haunting, often called one of the most well-documented paranormal cases in modern history. A story filled with strange voices, levitations, terrified witnesses, and questions that remain unanswered to this day. It was 1977. In the quiet suburb of Enfield, North London, the Hudson family lived in a small, ordinary council house, just a mother, Peggy Hudson, and her 4 children. Life was simple until one night everything changed. Janet, just 11 years old, and her sister Margaret began hearing strange knocking sounds coming from the walls, from the ceiling, from nowhere and everywhere at once. At first, their mother thought it was a mischief, but soon Peggy herself heard the relentless banging echoing through the house. It was the beginning of the nightmare. The following nights brought disturbances no family should ever witness. Furniture slid across the floor, drawers opened on their own, chairs tilted and fell without anyone touching them. Most terrifying of all, Janet claimed invisible force threw her from her bed. Her mother, wide-eyed with horror, watched as the bed itself shook violently. Eventually, Peggy called the police. What they witnessed would become part of the official record. A chair lifted and slid several feet across the room, right in front of the trained officers. This was no longer a family's private nightmare. It was a case that demanded attention. Soon, investigators from the Society for Psychical Research arrived. Among them was Maurice Gross, who spent countless nights inside the house. They documented hundreds of strange events, unexplained knocks, objects flying, and perhaps most disturbing of all, a deep, gravelly male voice speaking through Janet, the 11-year-old girl. The voice identified itself as Bill. It claimed to have once lived in the very same house and described how it had died, sitting in a chair in the corner of the room. The recordings were eerie. How could a child project such a guttural, sustained tone? Doctors suggested trickery or perhaps a psychological condition, but the sheer force of the sound baffled many experts. The activity intensified. Janet was often seen thrown from her bed. In one infamous photograph, she appears suspended in mid-air, her arms and legs spread wide, an image many interpret as levitation objects continued to fly across the rooms. Light flickered on and off, and family members were terrorized nightly. Of course, not everyone was convinced. Journalists and skeptics pointed out moments where the children may have exaggerated events, like creating knocking sounds themselves or staging incidents for attention. But the counter argument remained strong. If it was all prank, How could so many independent witnesses, including police officers, neighbors, and seasoned investigators, have seen and heard the same chilling phenomena? Amid the controversy, two of the world's most recognized paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, traveled from America to visit the house. After spending time with the family, the Warrens firmly believed that a dark, inhuman presence was involved for them. Enfield was not merely a case of mischievous children, it was evidence of something darker, something demonic. The disturbances lasted nearly 2 years before finally subsiding. The Hudson family eventually moved on, but the scars, emotional and psychological, remain. To this day, the Enfield case is debated. Was it a hoax crafted by clever children, or undeniable proof that forces beyond our comprehension truly exist? The Enfield haunting remains one of the most chilling stories of the 20th century, complete with witnesses, recordings, photographs, and testimony from some of the most prominent investigators of the time. Yet, despite all the evidence, one haunting question remains. Was it the reckless spirit of a man named Bill, a force of pure evil, or simply the extraordinary power of human imagination and belief? Whatever the answer may be, the echoes of Enfield still linger, and the house at 2084 Green Street will forever be remembered as one of the most mysterious haunted homes